me ask you a question. Have you ever looked back on an old relationship and asked yourself, why in the world did I tolerate all of that? Or why did I accept so much in a relationship? I have done that a few times, and every time I've done it, it has been hard to believe that I tolerated so much in the name of love. But the reason that I did, and the reason that so many women do, is because we have this high tolerance for pain that we need to outgrow. And outgrowing that version of you that tolerated way too much is not easy. I'm not saying that it is, but it is doable. And what you have to do is decide that you want more and allow that decision to lead you down a different path. So today I'm talking with you about outgrowing the version of you that tolerated way too much, because that woman, she got you here. But what she can't do is get you to the place where you're needing to be. And that is a place where you are the healthiest, most self-loving version of yourself. And that woman is all about attracting abundance and love. Now, that's the destination that I want for you, and that's what we're going to talk about, how to navigate ourselves there by the end of this video. So welcome back to Awaken Her Now, where we talk about healing and inner work and feminine energy and becoming the woman your soul always knew you were. So go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so we can stay connected. Now listen, there was a time when I tolerated way too much and stayed way too long in relationships that didn't serve me, because I thought being an understanding and loving partner meant I had to shrink and I had to overgive and overextend myself. And what that really meant was I was tolerating a lot of pain, and I was tolerating stuff that I should not have been tolerated. So in a nutshell, what this meant was I was doing a lot of self-sacrificing in the name of love. But what I understand clearly now is that wasn't love. That was just me not loving myself enough. And outgrowing that version of me was the best, absolute best thing that I ever did for myself. And I want that for you too. And so if you are still watching this video at this point, what I'm saying to you resonates. So if you are a people pleaser, if you over-explain everything, if you fear being too much while you accept too little in relationships, if you believe that leaving a relationship that doesn't serve you means that you failed in some way, if you accept crumbs when you really are starving for love, or if you haven't yet learned that peace is the highest form of self-love and you must first give it to yourself, as well as expect it in all of your relationships, you have some outgrowing an old version of you to do too. Now, I know why that old version of me tolerated so much. You see, I hadn't quite healed fully out of my anxious attachment style. And if you don't know what anxious attachment is and you want to know, I have a few videos on this channel about anxious attachment. And if you want to heal from anxious attachment, I created this wonderful workbook. It's an ebook, and I will link it below, but it will help you navigate your way to healing your anxious attachment. It's called From Triggered to Trusting, and I highly recommend it. But I know that my anxious attachment style is what allowed me to tolerate so much. But as I healed, that old version of me was no longer in control. And I thank her for how she survived, because she survived a lot. So I thank her, but I also told her she can rest, and that I, in a healthier state, would navigate us to a life that we absolutely love, a life that we were healthy and flowing and free in. And that's exactly what I did. Listen, healing allowed me to make that decision. So you have to ask yourself, what is the decision that you're willing to make that is going to end you allowing so much disrespect, dysfunction, or tolerating so much pain? You have to figure out what the root is, like I had to figure out, and then you have to make a decision to get to a different place. And I'm going to help you do that in this video. Deciding is so important, because you have to decide that you want to leave that old version of you behind. You have to decide that you are tired of not getting the love that you want. You have to decide that you get to go to therapy and heal and get help for healing if that's what you need. You have to decide that abundance is your birthright. And you have to decide that there is a man out there who will take pride and pleasure in loving you correctly. You have to decide that you get to have a better life and a better love. And when you decide, something happens. You start to awaken. You start to see yourself through a new lens. And you stop chasing potential. And you stop waiting to be chosen because you start choosing yourself. And you begin to love yourself enough to walk away from anything that hurts you. You start creating a list of non-negotiables and you stick to them. You no longer feel the need to explain your worth. And this is just the beginning of what living out a new version of yourself looks like. So I know you're asking, how do you become this new version? Well, the first thing you have to do is get honest about your patterns. What are you excusing? And what behaviors make you feel unsafe, small, and dismissed? I want you to pay attention to these patterns so you can catch yourself. Now, I also want you to know that when you catch yourself, you will have to keep catching yourself because it's not a one and done kind of thing. Noticing and stopping these patterns will have to become a practice for you. So get honest with your patterns and practice paying attention to them so you can catch yourself in the act. Now, another thing that you really have to do is anchor yourself in your values. So ask yourself, what does the secure woman in you need to feel loved, to feel seen, and to feel safe? And don't accept anything less. Listen, the moment you see a red flag, don't allow that inner good girl in you that's in all of us to overlook or justify or rationalize the red flag away. No, acknowledge it and accept the red flag for what it is and move on. Another thing that I really want you to do is rehearse your boundaries out loud. This is really important. So I want you to practice saying out loud, that doesn't work for me. And I'm not available for that kind of energy anymore. And don't feel like you have to explain your boundaries. Set them and then move on. Another thing that's really important for you to do is embody your self-worth. Be comfortable doing what feels authentic for you. Wear the outfit if you like it, even if nobody else does. Take yourself out to dinner. Sit alone in a fine dining restaurant. You can do that. I want you to fully show up in every room you step into and hold your standards in these rooms where you used to shrink. I want you to really lean into the fact that you have intrinsic value that was given to you by your creator. And this means that you are priceless in terms of worth. And every time you do any of this, what you are really doing is honoring yourself. You are changing what you allow and what you tolerate. And this is how you actually rewire your brain and your nervous system. And this is the first step in becoming the new version of you. And this becomes your new way of being in the world. Now, another thing you have to do is surround yourself with healing energy people. Listen, if it's one thing I've learned on my healing journey is we don't heal in isolation. We heal in community, in truth-telling, in sisterhood, which is why I created Awaken Her Now, to walk with you as you step into a more secure season of your life. Hear me, the version of you who tolerated way too much, she was surviving, and maybe she had to. Maybe that's all she knew. But now your goal is to thrive. Listen, she survived so you could thrive. So don't let her or yourself down by staying where you are. Become the woman who doesn't chase, who doesn't settle, who doesn't shrink. Listen, you are here to align and to attract abundance. So here's a reflection for you today. What's one thing that you're no longer going to tolerate starting right now, starting today? I want you to drop it in the comments, say it out loud, write it down, and let that be a new boundary that you're setting today. Now, this next video that's coming up is really going to help you with understanding your worth and your value and shifting out of that high tolerance for pain. Now, do me a favor, share this channel and this video with another woman who is settling way too much. And if you want more guidance, I want you to check out my new free starter kit, the Secure Woman Starter Kit, that is linked below. And until next time, I want you to walk in your power, protect your peace, and never, ever, ever apologize for your growth. You are outgrowing that old version of you that tolerated way too much, and for that, we celebrate. I will see you in the next video.